Digital piracy has become a major problem in revolving industries around the world. One in particular that will be covered in this paper is digital piracy in books. For those of you who aren't that educated on this topic, the ebook industry has been targeted and taken advantage of on a consistent basis. Consumers have been guilty for taking advantage of this industry without really realizing it. In most cases, students are looking for shortcuts to avoid paying for an expensive textbook to save money for their classes. As a society, consumers tend to not realize that we are pirating and are hurting the revenue of another business by acquiring a book online for free. Consumers actually take it for granted and act like it's just another daily routine without looking at the consequences or the effect it has on second and third party people. Worldwide, 42% of the population is affected by piracy. The history of digital piracy is extremely extensive. Digital piracy includes an unwanted and unauthorized distribution of things such as books, articles, music, and movies. This type of sequence occurs when a person other than the original copywriter takes the product and resells it either for free or for a fraction of the cost on another website. This can happen any and anywhere. Piracy is cheating and there's simply no other way around it. If the owner catches you in the act of pirating, he can sue you or your company that has a copy of his product in your site. It can stop you from distributing or using the software product immediately under government rule. Piracy is otherwise known as copyright infringement. Committing this crime could be punishable for up to 5 years in prison and simply $200,000 in fines. If the person continues to commit this crime, they could get a prison sentence for up to 10 years. As we all know, technology plays a supreme deep role in piracy. There are many sites that have assisted in the large amount of books that are being pirated online. Here's simply the facts. 70% of users find nothing wrong with online piracy. Out of those 70% that find nothing wrong with piracy, 80% of those people are millennials between ages of 18 and 35. 67% of most pirate websites that people get their material from are located in Western Europe and North America. Instead of consumers purchasing the books that they may need from Amazon or the local book provider, they go on a legal site and download a PDF version of the book to avoid paying the full or discounted price of the book. As time goes on, there are more and more piracy sites coming out on the internet that are allowing downloadable PDF files for ebook out to the internet community to use. An example of an ebook piracy site that has thrived off successful websites such as Amazon, Macmillan, and Oxford University Press is Library.new. According to an article written by Huffington Post, it says Library.new is alleged to post links to hundreds of thousands of illegal PDF files of books since December 2010. As you all know, Library.new is one of the largest web-based ebook piracy sites on the internet right now, currently today. The German government has had a huge problem with piracy sites like Library.new and iFile.it. What this does is it shows you how serious of a matter online piracy in books are. American and German officials all preach how it's important to go the legal way and acquire PDF files, such as buying them from an official online book provider. Usually when people think of piracy or copyright infringement, they think of entertainment industry, like movies, TV shows, and pornography. Another thought that usually comes to mind is software industry, which is like video games, antivirus software downloads, music, and videos. Ebook piracy is becoming a large concern for countries in different nations and regions. In the United States, approximately 34% of students download illegal PDF files from legal websites. There are three real reasons why consumers pirate textbooks or PDF files. The first reason is simply because the person is in the household of pirating users. Pirating content becomes natural in that household and it feels like the right thing to do. Secondly, consumer pirate due to the lack of resources and money. Low-income families that don't have the high net worth or access to local libraries or good schools feel the need to pirate to obtain literary knowledge. Thirdly, People in regions of the world who don't have direct access to these books feel like it's the right thing to do by pirating books and other resources. Digital piracy vastly affects the ebook industry in many ways. For example, Google Play. It's taking a huge hit by ebook pirates. Pirates are stealing illegal books, articles, and magazines from the web and selling them on Google Play's App Store. This is costing publishers in all countries and nations millions of dollars in revenue that they would personally receive from then individually selling their products on the Google Plays app. It's relatively hard to try to figure out where the pirating comes from, with technology constantly evolving and internet security and hacking be getting better and better each and every day. Ebook piracy has become not only a huge problem within the U.S., but internationally and domestically all over the world in the Eastern Hemisphere. Countries like Malaysia, China, India, Colombia, and Russia are vastly affected by these piracy sites. In fact, most online piracy sites originate from these countries. In countries like the United Kingdom and Germany, they have laws in place that have halted and stopped e-piracy from affecting revenue of publishers and authors. The United Kingdom government decided to mandate 7 of the biggest online piracy websites. They cracked down by examining the users that are accessing these illegal PDF book files. The government increased the jail time for prosecuted pirates to 10 years instead of 5. Instead of holding free content away from the public, the United Kingdom decides to now have downloadable books and PDF files accessible from local public libraries and websites just like Project Gutenberg. Studies show that only 1% of copyright infringement that happens in the United Kingdom comes from books, which is an all-time low. For example, in Russia, 92% of ebook downloads users are pirated. From a utilitarian perspective, digital piracy does in fact benefit the greater good by actually increasing online book sale revenue every single year since 2009. Even though pirating is considered as illegal, most consumers use PDF files to see if they actually would like to buy the hard copy or the official publishing of the book. Ebook piracy doesn't raise expenses of publishers when it comes to revenue or sales volume. With pirating comes a lot of opportunity for publishers to showcase the true pedigree of a book. Pirating helps big publishing firms and companies like Amazon innovate and find different ways to create entirely new revenue streams to work around the legal content that is being downloaded. In conclusion, the revolving issue of digital piracy will not ever be diminished due to the fact that as technology gets better and things start becoming more secure, pirates look for new ways to go around the system and find loopholes to access resources and important information. What the government of surrounding nations internationally can do is work towards slowing down piracy. One way that they could do this is by being able to identify the pirated content and tracking the IP address of the user that is pirating the information. Secondly, if the government came up with laws or regulations that allow people in the ecosystem to be able to access books free from their local library or accredited websites, this would drastically decrease the amount of people that pirate books online. Giving consumers the opportunity to view a product before they initially buy it makes them feel a lot more confident about opening up their wallets and making a purchase. Thirdly, creating more resources for third world countries that don't have libraries and internet capability to be able to reach out and acquire those books that they may need to advance their education or just for leisure reading. All these possible solutions will help cut back and stop ebook piracy from increasing and potentially wiping out establishing publishers and authors. These 3 solutions can help drastically improve and fix the amount of people that pirate books daily, weekly, and monthly.